YouTubers. What's going on? Today's Saturday. Looks like I didn't make the Friday video. Amber usually comes home on Friday, and I don't know. Seems like I don't make them. But that's alright. I'll do a Saturday and a Monday. I don't care. Don't have it set in stone anyway. So I remembered. I didn't forget. Especially because Hunter, I think it was Hunter, said, "Dad, you gonna tell him about the horse?" I said, "Yeah, Bub, I will." So anyway, that horse that y'all seen in the picture, the Palomino paint, his name was Spirit. And he was a Tennessee walking horse. And if y'all don't know, there's a lot of horses. Mostly around here we have very few Appaloosas. Yeah, some Rocky Mountain. We have a lot of thoroughbreds in Kentucky, but not necessarily here where I'm at. As you know, Kentucky is known for its thoroughbreds with the Kentucky Derby. But we don't have a lot of that here. Quarter horses we have, and then we have Tennessee Walkers. Now, basically, what is a Tennessee Walker? Tennessee Walker has a 4-beat gait. So like when you're riding on a quarter horse, it is not the most comfortable ride. The guys that rode them back in the day, in the old West, I don't see how they handled it, because I've ridden them several times. And you have to get your pelvic area in a motion with the seat. You have to kind of push forward in the seat when you ride for it to be bearable. If not, you're just sitting there going all day. And it is. The most comfortable ride on one of those is when you're like at a gallop. But a Tennessee Walker, they have a 4-beat gait. So the gait is like a little, I don't know, you can't say a dance, it's just in rhythm. So when you ride, you can drink coffee off their back because it's so smooth. When you're riding, you know, at a trot, if you will, or like a jog, not really a gallop, but like a trot or jog, they get in that little 4-beat gait, and it's just so smooth. It's just so smooth. So it's much easier on your back, your butt, everything. So anyway, now that y'all kind of know what a Tennessee Walker is, I guess I should restart flake, RDF. Y'all have already seen the pipe, you already know what it is. If y'all watch any at all, you see me smoking it a lot. I just can't help it. It's lovely. But anyway, I had ridden that horse a bunch of times. The horse had started out in life after it got about 2 years old. The guy I got it off of, he had it gelded. Now, what is gelding? That means snip snip on a boy, a male, and that's what it means. However, and I forget the word for it. Yeah, no, I didn't forget the word. It just popped in my head. However, that horse was proud cut. Now, you're going to ask me what proud cut is. So if you don't know what proud cut is, that means that they did remove the outside, but maybe one of the I don't know. They removed the sac, but one of the testicles was still inside. It was maybe up in there that day. So there you go. I'll just say it straight out, plain and simple, because it's not nothing that should be like medical terminology that is used. So anyway, he still had staying tendencies. Every now and then he would bring them out. I was at a horse event, not a horse show. Horse show's a little different, but we have like horse riding gatherings here, and thousands of people go there. And you have them twice a year. So you got to walk down the campsite, to go out to like the wilderness. There could be a mare, and probably, I don't know, the whole thing, I don't know, probably 50 mares in heat. But anyway, he would smell a mare in heat. He'd neigh. One day, he got bad. He started bucking. I read him, or rode him, or what you want. I stayed on him the whole time. Man, I put my spurs in him to get him to calm down. I mean, I was burying my spurs in him, and his flank, back of his belly, to get him to stop. Because he was just crazy. And finally he did. But I had to ride him for, 3 minutes. It seemed like forever. But it was, at least, 2-3 minutes, something like that. I had to stay on his back a long, long time. He just kept on and on, and everybody was watching. Then afterwards, people come up and be like, "Oh, you stayed on him." I'm like, it was, he's just like bouncing. He wasn't like really like the full force like a bull. But anyway, the story I was telling you is I was riding him one day, and I rode him to a town called Martin. Martin is about 20 miles from me, and we ride up and down the roads, and our roads here, besides the straight stretching from my house, our roads here, and I don't know if you all have seen before, but our road, like down here in front of me, we don't have yellow lines. The road's too small for yellow lines. Like, that's how it's the kind of place I live in, man. So it's the main road, but it don't even have yellow lines. Not even a single one, let alone a double. But anyway, I was riding, down the road, and it takes a long time to go that far. You're gone pretty much all day, so you pack your saddlebags and lunch and stuff like that. And man, I was coming back home. We was going. I was come back home and he was lathered up good, and what that means is he was sweating, and you can see the white, all over where they sweat and stuff. And I was tired too. But anyway, a car come right around the curve. I'm glad that Central Heat and Air kicked off. A car came right around the curve, and I was on the other side, and I was on the side of the road, of course, but you can't go off because there's nowhere to go. You go in the creek. So anyway, it come around, and it was going right to me. I didn't do a thing. Didn't do one single thing. I thought I was dead. That horse was going like this. That horse reared up on its own, turned sideways, and then turned the opposite way that I was going as the car passed. The horse was that smart. It didn't let a car hit it. It reared up, turned sideways. Now, you might think that's a big lie, and that's fine. That don't bother me if you do, man. It don't, because all I can do is tell you the truth, tell you what happened. It's up to you to believe it or not, but I'm telling you, that's 100% fact of what happened. And I owe one of my lives, I guess, to that horse. He's passed away now. A horse only has about 20 years. So, I don't know, they say the lifespan of humans is about 80 years, so if you judge that about a horse's years, about every 4 years to the human. And he wasn't that old. He was about, I think he was 12. When I sold him right before Hunter was born. Amber was young. I sold him, I don't know, she was probably 3 or 4. But like I said, Hunter wasn't born. And I didn't want to take a chance because he still was a stud. Although he didn't have, anything underneath. But where he was proud cut, he was still had those tendencies. So I didn't want him to be a little wild around the kids. Well, my daughter. So I sold him to somebody that would ride him as much as I rode him, and take care of him, and love him and appreciate him. But man, I remember that horse. He was such a good, and he could rack. And what does racking mean? Racking is that same gait, but instead of like bringing their feet up like that far off the ground, they bring it, knee high, 2-3 feet. And some of these show horses that you see on TV, you'll see them racking when they bring their feet up real high like this. And he would do that. So, anyway, that's my story. I told you all about Spirit. Spirit was his name, and I called him that when I bought him. I don't know what the other guy called him. He called him something else. The guy I bought him from off of. But once a month or two, and then I had the vet come in because I also had Cheyenne, which was Amber's horse, and she's married. And he wasn't acting like any gelding that I've ever had. He was acting more along the lines of all the stallions or studs that I've had. So I called the vet, and he did. He had a ton of spirit. So it's good to remember. Good to remember memories of, good times. I was going to say buy a minute ago, then I had 2 vehicles for them. Anyway, as always, I hope you're smoking the blends that you love and the pops that you love. I hope to see you Monday. If I don't do a video, I hope to see you Tuesday on the live, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully I'll see you all there. Anyway, y'all have a good weekend. I hope it's a wonderful weekend. Y'all be safe, and I'll take care. See you.